Before I start the video, I just want to thank my sponsor, LAKEY. LAKEY is an analyst tool that will track your games and record your stats onto their site. Through here you can use the new clutch feature to see how you perform in 1vx situations, or you could use the map zone tool where you can see where you're most and least effective in an area of a map. LAKEY is free to use, so if you want to check it out, feel free to use my link in the description. Pit is arguably one of the most strongest positions to multi-frag and anchor a site, with a high HLTV rating of 1.22 and a DPR rating of 0.61 in the last year. Electronic is no doubt one of the strongest players in CSGO to play this position. Heya, I'm Smirky, and today I want to have a look at Electronic and how he defends A from Pit, so let's begin. Commonly on a default, Electronic will go into apps and Molotov stairs. He does this because he wants to prevent any rushes. He will either continue holding the Molotov or fall back towards balcony and hold short. At times, Electronic and Simple may play together in holes. One example is Simple playing towards the back of holes and holding towards stairs. Meanwhile, Electronic is pushed up, ready to catch anyone swinging into holes. Electronic will decide to push, he'll get a kill onto Malta, and they will both fall back to the site. Electronic and Simple also ran another setup in apps. Simple was towards stairs while Electronic was holding bedroom. Simple will die to Malta while dealing a lot of damage. Electronic's focus will be towards stairs. He will wait a bit, and then he will eventually get the trade onto Malta. At times, Electronic may actually go through Boiler and deal with apps. In this round, he's going to go through Boiler, he's going to wait towards stairs, then Electronic's attention will be placed towards top mid, where FaZe is throwing utility. Once again, here's another example. Electronic's going towards Boiler, Molotov and stairs, then nade and mid just to prevent any rushes or any peeks. At times, when Electronic doesn't have a Molotov, he may go towards short and get ready for any rushes. In this example, he's handing underneath porch, ready to dodge any flashbangs. It's quite common for Electronic to start at short and decide to nade balcony. He's going to play his back towards his hair, he's going to line himself up, then he will run and jump forward before he hits the roof. If thrown correctly, this will do a lot of damage to any T's trying to push into balcony. It's worth noting you want to throw this grenade at 140, since that's typically the time the T's will try to jump into balcony. Once again, Electronic's coming towards short, he lines himself up, runs and jump throws and deals 50 damage to Malta. Unfortunately, the nade did miss and he could have dealt more damage to him. Whenever Electronic's leaving short, notice what he does with his crosshair. He aims it towards apps and clears any angles he can get peeked from. Once again, Electronic's doing the exact same. He's falling back and he's got his crosshair towards apps. In this round, Electronic's going to play a setup with Bit. Electronic's going to smoke off Boiler, jump on top of the barrels, and then watch towards balcony. This will be an off angle for the T's as they won't expect him to play like this. In this round, Electronic gets boxed in with Bit because of the Molotov. He gets close and plays like this just because if any flashbangers come, he's ready to swing after it. However, once there's no aggression from top mid, he will fall back towards Pit. After Electronic is done mauling apps, he likes to go towards balcony and watch towards Boiler. Through here, he can see if he can get any cheeky damage or any information. From the T's POV, if they're trying to clear short, it's very hard to preempt this angle since how tight it is, and because of that, Electronic can get some damage off this. Once again, Electronic's playing his balcony angle and he goes a bit wider instead of holding Boiler. If a T decided to swing short, Electronic will have the advantage due to the versatility, and it will make it harder for the T's to hit Electronic, since they have to move their crosshair quite a bit just to reach his head. One thing to know about this angle that you are exposed to apps, meaning you are taking a bit of risk playing this angle. However, Electronic will drop down into Pit at 130. Once again, Electronic's playing a similar angle and Simple wants to peek into short. If Simple missed and the T decided to swing short, Simple will have a backup plan in an Electronic who is playing balcony. And because of this, Electronic can just watch the short angle. However, once again he is exposed to apps, so you can either hold this angle or drop down into Pit. However, in this case, Electronic is going to drop down into Pit and hold short. Simple does die, but Electronic gets the trade. When Electronic's playing balcony, he will try to use the railings to his advantage. He will either hide behind it or he can go on top of it to disrupt the T's crosshair. In this round he was on top of it, however he will go behind the railings, but will drop down into Pit. If I was a T and I decided to walk out of apps and try to clear my angles, first I'll clear the angles that are open to me from grave and sight, then I'll try to clear the angles from Pit. However, you can see when I'm trying to preempt the Pit angles that my crosshair is nowhere near the CT. If the CT really wanted to, he could jump on top of the railings, making it even harder for me to hit him. From a CT's POV, you can just put your crosshair in one spot, and likely the T will just walk into it. If I wanted to, I could jump on top of the railings to make it harder for the Ts to hit my head. This can also be applied to the back of a balcony. You could go behind the railing and crouch, or you can go on top of it. From a T's POV, they have to either guess if you're going to be on top of it, or you're going to be behind it, making it a lot harder for them to hit you. Once again, electronics playing balcony around the 1 minute mark. The T's will do a lurk smoke. So because of this, he's just going to stay and hold underneath the smoke. If a T decided to walk through the balcony smoke, electronic will have the advantage due to him getting grey screened. But in this round, he's going to walk through the smoke and stay alive and wait for his teammates to come. Okay, so now moving on to pit. There are 6 different things that electronic likes to do in pit. He likes to hold the Zantaro's angle, the plank angle, the short angle. He likes to create a one-way in pit, and he will use different off angles in pit. And the last one is having a setup in pit with a teammate. Starting with the Zantaro's angle, electronic will come to the left side of pit and hold this angle next to the barrels. This is a very common angle that a Zantaro's holds, so because of that I just called it the Zantaro's angle. If a T decided to walk out, it will be an easy headshot for him. It can also be very difficult for the Ts to clear this. Once again, electronics playing the Zantaro's angle and you can see Rain's head. Unfortunately for him, he misses his first tap and then starts spraying. He will then put down his one-way smoke, which I'll show later. Now onto the plank angle. Electronic likes to come to the right side of pit and hold this angle here. This angle can be really good as a team may think you're playing Zantaro's, they may swing it, and it's just an easy kill for you. It is worth noting that you aren't open to short, so you will need a player to hold it for you. Once again, electronic's going to come over and he's going to play the plank angle again, except this time he's playing without a short player, which is a risk, as a T could just swing out and kill him. Now onto the short angle. This is an angle that electronic likes to hold when the Ts have top mid control. You can see in this round, Simple's holding apps for electronic, and Bit's playing towards long, meaning the Ts could walk up short. Once again, electronic's playing the short angle. In this round, Simple gets contact from apps, electronic can easily swing, he gets the kill, and then he continues holding short. Okay, so now onto the smoke. Whenever electronic gets contact, electronic's immediate response is to put down a one-way in pit. He does this to have a better advantage against players who are pushing him, to put away any molotovs that are in pit, and allow him to stay alive for longer while his teammates are rotating. You can see in this round electronic gets flashed, there's a molotov in the corner where the smoke isn't covering it, he tries to peek in the gap on the right but dies. Once again, electronic gets contact from apps, he puts down his smoke, he gets on top of the bike, and he uses the smoke as a one-way to prevent any Ts from crossing into the site. This allows him to get 2 easy headshots onto the phase players. Now for off angles. This is an off angle that electronic likes to play. It's very difficult for the Ts to pre-aim, as if they want to pre-aim it, they're completely exposed to the site, and there's worry for the T that he could be on balcony, pit, site, grave, making it one of the last angles for them to pre-aim. Once again, electronic's playing the off angle and he's waiting towards apps. If any T's decided to walk out, he can get an easy kill. And if he needed to, he can fall back into small pit, which is a very good position. After watching 3 different electronic Inferno demos, I've noticed that there are 3 different setups they've played while electronic is in pit. We have this one here, where Bit is playing balcony and electronic's playing pit. In this setup, electronic can just watch apps, meanwhile Bit is watching long and watching short. Another setup I've seen is electronic playing the off angle once again, and Simple holding towards short with his AWP. The last setup I've seen is Bit playing small pit and electronic playing normal pit. Electronic's holding apps. If electronic gets flashed and they jump out balcony, Bit can easily handle them. However, in this round, FaZe is running up short. So because of this, electronic will flash himself in just because he has no smoke. He gets a kill, falls back, and baits him into Bit. From this setup, they're able to get 4 kills, and Bit actually tries to be a good player by giving electronic a one-way in pit. However, it's not needed in this round. On some rare occasions, electronic will decide to play grave. If a T decided to jump out balcony into pit, electronic will be good for 1 and might try go for more. However, this is usually a one and done spot just because you have nowhere else to retreat to or any other cover to use. Once again, electronic's playing grave. He gets spotted from short, he has a bit of fight with him, Amps gets smoked off, and when it's possible, he'll rotate from grave into pit, just because the T knows where he is and he doesn't want to get trapped. At times, electronic will play on site instead of pit. In this round we can see it's a 4v4 and both the A players are playing on the site. Electronic is watching mono, meanwhile Bit is watching short. A Modo smoke comes in from Renegades, which tells Electronic that they don't want to get peeked from Modo, meaning there's no players going through there. So because of this allows Electronic and Bit to focus on short. Electronic will be the initial contact and will use Bit as a backup plan. Electronic will peek short, he'll get 2 kills, will peek balcony, he'll get another kill, but will get traded. For some reason Bit decided to wide swing into short. He gets a dink onto Alistar but will die. I disagree with this just because he could have just waited and got an easy kill. However, Na'Vi still win the round. Once again, Electronic and Bit are playing on the site with Simple watching towards short. Simple's watching the cross, making it hard for the T's to get onto the site. Electronic's going to watch the angle after T's cross Simple. In that way, if Simple misses, Electronic will kill him. Simple will miss a shot, Bit will try to swing and die, and Electronic will kill any T's who cross Simple. After watching a various amount of Electronic demos, I've noticed that he's unpredictable as he's constantly changing his default every round. He's really patient as he's happy to hold an angle for the majority of the round. This prevents Electronic from getting timinged. And if the T's are getting an A site and he's alone in pit, he's happy to stay in pit and wait for his teammates to come. And last one is a heavy multi-fragger. As a pit player, you want to be able to thin the T's just because you don't want all the T's rushing into the site and killing your short player. If they do this, then you've lost the site and likely the round. If you have a player in a position you want me to break down next, feel free to put it in the comments and I'll have a look. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out my Twitter as I'm posting some exclusive videos there. Maybe you want to know how to rush short on a pistol on the T side of Inferno? Well, I have a video on there that you can watch. Apart from that, shout out LAKEY for the sponsor. Thank you for watching, see you in a bit.